They paid me to read from a book. No cameras, no audience, just my voice. At the time, that didn't feel strange. If anything, it felt deliberate, controlled. I didn't know the words would change, and I didn't know the book would start listening back. The email was short. No company name, no logo, just instructions. They needed someone to read aloud, clearly, calmly. They said recording devices weren't allowed. Phones would be taken at the door. No questions during the session. The pay was more than reasonable. Enough that I stopped wondering why the message didn't include my name. What bothered me later was this. I didn't remember applying. I checked my sent emails, my job boards, my search history. Nothing. But the address they sent the instructions to was mine. And the time they scheduled was already blocked off on my calendar. The building didn't have a sign. Inside, the hallway was quiet in a way that didn't echo. Sound just disappeared. The room itself was small. One chair, one desk, one book. No windows, no clock. I remember checking my wrist out of habit, even though I don't wear a watch. The book was already open. That was the first thing that made me hesitate. I don't remember touching it. I don't remember opening it. But the chair was pulled out, and the page was waiting. The first pages were easy. Old stories, warnings that didn't feel urgent yet. Reading aloud felt normal at first. My voice sounded like mine. Then something changed. Halfway through page 3, I realized I was slowing down. Not because the words were difficult, but because the sentences didn't feel finished until I said them. Like they needed my voice to settle. I reread a paragraph. The punctuation was different the second time. I checked the page number. It was lower than it should have been. That's when the book stopped pretending. The story stopped being about anything fictional. It described the room, the desk, the distance between the chair legs and the wall. It described the way I hesitated before certain words. Then it described something I hadn't done yet. I stopped reading. The silence pressed in immediately. Thick. Heavy. When I looked back at the page, the sentence had already updated. As if it knew I would pause. As if it was correcting itself in real time. That's when the headphones turned on. I hadn't noticed them on the desk before. I'm sure they weren't there when I sat down. There was no static, no click, just a voice. Calm, close. It didn't echo. It whispered, "Keep reading." I didn't respond. I waited, just to see if it would repeat itself. It didn't need to. The page turned by itself. I tried to stand. The chair didn't move. Not stuck. Just heavy. Like gravity had decided to stay longer. The words kept going. I wasn't sure if I was reading them, or if my mouth was just keeping up. At some point, I realized I'd already read the ending. And that I was back at the beginning again. I don't remember finishing the book. I remember starting it over. The voice never raised its volume. It never rushed me. It didn't have to. I did leave that room. Eventually. But not in the way you're thinking. If you're listening to this now, the book is open again, and it's not waiting for an audience. It's waiting for a voice. Choose carefully what you read aloud.